Bienvenido.
It's Chili's o'clock somewhere.
Welcome back, guys. This is SloshHours. This is your host, Slosh. Today I'm sitting here with a regular on the Sloshcast, Curtis.
Hello.
How's it going, Curtis?
I mean, it's pretty all right. We just had a couple triple cheeseburgers from McDonald's. So.
How was it? That was your first one, right?
Yeah, it was all right. A little overhyped, but still tastes good.
Well, yeah, but it's like $1.
Yeah. How was your triple cheese?
I mean, that's the go-to meal for
agree.
me. All right, so this is the first Sloshcast we've actually done with just me and Curtis.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising.
Yeah, it is. I feel like we should have done it before.
Yeah, I know.
But anyways, we're doing it now, and today's topic is going to be school.
Yes. So we're not talking about online school. We're talking about school in general. Like, how you feel about that, Slosh?
School in general, my stance on school is everything else in the United States and the world has changed and evolved since it was created except school.
Yeah,
it's the same shit we did in the classroom 7 years ago.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's a problem. You don't learn shit.
I feel like we just need to learn all the essential information, and then history should not be a required class because most of the stuff we learn in that we do not really care about at all.
Well, here's the thing with me is you can have a fucking PhD from Harvard, right? And you could not know how to change a fucking tire on your car.
That is factual.
And yet you're like an educated human being.
Because you only focus on one specific topic.
Right. But you're not well-rounded. Like, if you ask how many, like, super smart straight-A students can fucking cook you an egg, I bet you, like, half of them can't fucking do it and shit like that.
Facts,
or, like,
honestly.
do their own laundry.
Mm-hmm.
So then what the fuck are you going to school for?
Well, I feel like going to college can also help with that because you're living on your own for the first time.
Right.
So you kind of have to learn to do that stuff for yourself.
Right. But, Curtis, have you ever had a class where they taught you how to do taxes?
No.
Have you ever had a class that tells you how to apply for a job?
No.
So then what the fuck are we doing here?
I couldn't tell you.
Like, what is the point of learning all these fucking math formulas if we don't know how to be a basic functioning human being?
That is facts.
I
feel like math classes should be required to teach you how to do taxes because that's something you got to learn.
Yeah,
in
or like personal finance
or business. Yeah.
Everybody should be required to take a personal finance class so you know how to make money, how to spend money, how to save it.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, I think a good, transition would be a good dark joke.
All right, let's hear it first.
So, I just got out of abusive relationship. Looks like I'm going to prison. I mean...
All right, so that was the joke from Curtis, and he is the joke guy. What title should he be? I feel like you should have a title.
I don't know. I'm just Curtis.
It's just Curtis. That makes sense. Yeah, so anyways, school, I think we need to learn actually useful shit. But what about the social aspect of school? What's your opinion on the value of the social aspect of school?
I feel like most kids have it good because you meet your friends and stuff and you develop good social habits, but then there's also those kids that don't have friends. But I'm not trying to make fun of them, but you got to be able to make friends because in college you don't have friends, you're fucked.
Well, I think that's part of what school is. It's more the social thing than the actual learning.
Facts. Because I feel like if it was all about the learning, everybody would just go to homeschool.
Yeah. But why the fuck not? Why would you not do that?
Yeah, I know. I think it's just because the parents want you to have a baseline of some friends and stuff and some social habits to go.
I could see that. Yeah, I feel like it'd be kind of stressful if you, you're going to school at the house and you got a crush on the teacher.
Yeah, that's facts.
And it's your mom.
My history teacher.
Yeah, but I could see that the social aspect's important. But another thing too is the social aspect of grown-ups, even outside of school, is fucked nowadays. Because there's these, when I say grown-ups, I'm talking 25 to 30-year-olds that don't know how to talk. Because people are just so fucked from, phones and everything that they don't know how to have a fucking conversation.
Yeah, that is facts.
And I feel like no, go ahead.
I think that's the problem with the next generation.
Yeah.
The kids that are in like kindergarten right now, they're gonna grow up with a phone in their hand in like first grade, whereas if we got ours in like 7th, 8th grade.
Yeah. Well, my cousins, 2 of them are twins, and then there's an older one. They're all 3 of them are boys. They've had iPads and shit since they were like 4.
Yeah, that's just like, I feel like you shouldn't be giving them that technology yet. You can have one yourself and let them play a game every once in a while to distract them, but they should not have their own.
Well, I don't know what the future's going to be because they're like so good at technology.
Yeah.
Like my 7-year-old cousin came down here and he started up the PlayStation, switched to HDMI, and was playing games on it and like setting up shit on his own.
Yeah.
That's fucking unreal.
Like, I could do that with an Xbox 360, but we didn't have HDMI inputs for Xbox 360s.
Oh, yeah. No, dude, the kids are so good at technology and so good at social media and stuff, but they're not good at basic etiquette and communication skills.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what school is for, but now school is online, so you're not even getting the social aspect.
Well, I feel like you get the social aspect from just asking for answers because that's
that's facts. I've been getting really good. I have it down to science, dude.
Yeah.
I do my physics homework and then send it to Jake, and Jake does his math and send it to me, and it's like this group of 4 or 5 people, and we only do one subject. And just send it all to each other.
That's a really good plan. I'm sure it works out very well.
But that's what school has gotten to be nowadays. It's just strictly grades. It's like... Well, the importance isn't what you learn, it's just getting a fucking grade.
Hold on, I have a note about that. Let me find it, though.
I think grades are fucking stupid, dude.
I agree with that, because it's all about learning. It's not actually about getting it, memorizing it, and doing well at it.
Right, because you can memorize shit, then, like, crap it out on a test, and then just forget it and get a good grade. Yeah. But that's not learning.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Something that we're doing is wrong in the education system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that.
But I don't necessarily know the answer either, so...
Yeah, like, everybody just worries about grades, and the school just brainwashes you to only care about your grades. Like, if you don't get an A in this class, you're not going to college.
Well, and especially in our area, like, most people go to college, so they're all like, yeah, you gotta get into a good college, you gotta get a good SAT score and all this shit, but it's not about the learning at all.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because all you're focused on is being able to get into that school, but there's a lot of schools that can probably teach you the exact same thing that are 10 times easier to get into.
That's the thing, is I think most public schools, you can learn the same shit, regardless of which one you go to.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You're just paying for the name on the diploma at that point.
It kind of just depends what you want to do. Like, if you want to go to, let's say... MIT for like computer science or something. Obviously, they're gonna have a god tier computer science program. That's respectable. But like, you can go to some average college and probably get pretty close to the same education. Right.
Especially in the public school system. I'm sure private schools are different, but
yeah, I agree with that. So, what do you think about social media these days?
Social media, like
as a whole.
As a whole, I think social media is going to wreak havoc on the future generations and is going to be the downfall of morality in our society.
Yeah. We started using social media like 5th, 6th grade,
Well,
these kids are going to be using it in like kindergarten.
Was Instagram out when did Instagram come out, do you know?
It was like 2010, I think, 2009.
So what were we?
6, 7 years old.
Oh, damn. So that's still pretty early. I feel like I didn't have it right away, though.
No, we didn't.
I started out on Facebook.
Really? I have a Facebook now, but I did not have one. That was the last thing that I got.
Well, I got a Facebook, and it was just my family, like my relatives.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
That's it. We didn't have this Instagram, especially Snapchat, dude. And there's some shady shit that goes on in Snapchat. And I think social media is destroying the morality of our society due to the fact that it's desensitizing sexuality. Like, back in the day, I'm talking about 1800, if you saw a girl's ankles, you nutted in your pants. Nowadays, you go through Instagram feed and you see like just naked bitches everywhere, and it's like, oh well, there's just another one.
Yeah, you're like, oh wow, that's kind of hot, and you just keep scrolling.
Yeah, it's just like you're so desensitized to everything. And to piggyback off of that, you know Jonah?
Yeah.
We just had him on.
Yes.
He is the most desensitized fuck to violence I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, it's unbelievable.
Because he watches these what is it called? They're like gore videos.
Yeah, just gore videos.
Yeah, but he can like see someone literally getting their head blown off, and he's like, "Oh yeah."
He just starts laughing.
Yeah, and that is so
laughs.
fucked. And that's what social media has done, and the internet in general. Not
Like
just
if you
social
saw
media.
that, if he saw that in real life, his mind would be 100% changed. But since he sees it on a screen and he doesn't know who it is, he just doesn't care and he just laughs.
Still, dude, I think kids can give themselves like PTSD nowadays
Yeah,
from
that's
watching
facts.
that shit.
Apparently, Jonah doesn't though.
I don't know, man. He's twisted.
Yeah. I don't know what's up with that kid.
What do you think about social media?
I don't know.
As a whole, on the whole.
As a whole,
Yes.
or on the whole.
On the whole.
On the whole. I don't know. I feel like Snapchat, just in general, has kind of brainwashed boys to just ask for nudes all the time.
I agree with that 100%.
Because that's like basically all you ask for nowadays.
Yeah, well, the thing with Snapchat is you add someone that a lot of the times you don't even fucking know and you never talk to them in real life.
Yeah.
And then you send each other's pics of your shoulder and the ceiling for like
Over and
5
over
days or whatever. And then you say, hey, or WYD question mark.
Yeah.
And then that just leads to asking another person for naked pictures of themselves.
And
that's socially
That's it.
acceptable nowadays.
That's it.
That is
So
just
you didn't
so
gain, you
fucked.
gain nothing from that.
Well, what I really don't understand about the nudes is nowadays you can find porn literally everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you ask
you
for
need
nudes?
Yeah.
It's more of like a power thing, I think.
Mm-hmm. Because like you can kind of be more socially accepted if you send it to your friends.
Well, that's another thing too, is they're spreading everywhere.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the entire United States can get arrested for child pornography at this point.
If you're a male teenager in high school, then yeah.
You could 100% get arrested for child pornography.
Well, just everybody sends nudes and has nudes and shares them to each other, and I think it's fucked, dude.
Yeah, and every kid can just go on Pornhub nowadays.
Right, we can just do that.
Yeah, like you have to be you have to be 18 to go on Pornhub, but at least 90% of the Pornhub population is not over 18.
Oh no, their best market's like teenagers, dude.
Like 14-year-olds, that's when they pop.
I think it used to be like you had to check off a box, like you're going to see.
Yeah, it does.
Not
You're
anymore
gonna see
though.
Pornographic content, but now you can just go on there whenever you want.
Now
You
you're
have
like
parental controls.
shopping on eBay and you just see an ad with
Your
actual
local MILF.
nudity.
Your
Yeah,
local
like
MILF.
when did this start happening? Like Christina is 4 miles away. Yo,
Yes, that's so facts.
why?
Like-
When did this start happening?
I have no idea. I feel like it's kind of just a lot of those are probably just viruses to try to get on your computer.
Oh well, yeah.
But
There's not
It is what it
actually a
is.
Christina 4 miles.
well, there
away.
could be a Christina 4 miles away.
Well, yeah, but not a lonely MILF Christina 4
Well,
miles away.
what if it is a lonely MILF Christina? What if maybe it's lonely MILF Christine
Okay,
4 miles away?
that's plausible, I suppose. I am worried about the future generations and their social capabilities in general. And I also don't think relationships are going to be a thing in the future.
Mm-hmm. It's possible.
I don't think marriages and dating are going to be a thing in the future.
Yeah, I think we could debate about that, but I feel like maybe 1,000 years in the future that could be a possibility.
No, I'd say 50.
I disagree with
Dude,
that.
the divorce rate for married couples is like
It's like-
70 fucking
it's like
percent
it's
right
like
now.
40.
No, dude, it's like 70 because I know it passed 50. Regardless, okay, let's just say it's 50. Let's come in between. That means half.
Yeah, but I feel like you can debate about that because a lot of those are just 21-year-olds that have no idea what they're doing, proposing to each
Yes.
other for absolutely no reason.
And that's a thing now too. is people are getting married super young.
Like
college age people right now.
Let's say my brother's friend, he was about to get married to this girl. They didn't even date for a year yet, and he proposed to her. And they
How
were
old is
about
he?
to get married. He's like 25 right now. So which is a respectable age.
25
But
is,
after you haven't even been dating for 12 months, how are you supposed to marry her if she's only been 12 months? And then they already broke up.
Yeah,
Like a week before the marriage.
exactly.
Well,
people are rushing into that, and that's a different issue. But I'm saying in the future, marriages and dating won't even exist. It'll literally just be like fuck buddies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I could see that.
And I don't think that's a good thing.
Back in the day, it was kind of like you just had one person, that was it. But nowadays, everybody cheats.
Yeah, back in the
Which
days,
we've already discussed on a previous podcast.
Yeah, we've talked about cheating. We've all had experience
Yes.
in that region. And I think people are just getting so sleazy. But here's the question I got for you. Do you think people are getting more sleazy and like cheating more and just having sex more? Or do you think we're just seeing it more because technology and social media?
That's a very deep question.
Right.
But I think it's kind of more of the technology part. But you can go both ways because, you get influence from your friends all the time instead of just, you can, like in the 80s, or not the 80s, like the 60s, you have to go over to your friend's house to talk to them. But nowadays you can just send them a text whenever you want to.
Right.
So, it's like, damn, this chick is super hot. You should go fuck the shit out of her. Like, what I mean?
No, I get what you're saying, and that's what I can't figure out. Are people getting more immoral and just like sleeping around and whatever? Which I mean, you have a right to because it's America. You can do whatever you want, but it's fine. I lit a candle, but or do you think it's just technology showing it?
It's a very deep question.
I think it's a combination of both.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And I think it's cyclical, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people are getting more sleazier and sleeping around, and they're seeing it on social media, so they're like, oh, this is cool.
They
I
just
can
don't
do
care.
that. Yeah. It just combines
Good point.
on each other.
Good point. It sounds like it's time for a joke.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to think of one very quick.
Yeah, Curtis has got it.
So, what can COVID-19 do that the government can't?
What?
Stop school shootings.
Yeah.
So, how am I supposed to have fun now?
Yeah.
That was the top upvote on Reddit.
Really? That's the top upvote?
Yeah, is why can't I have more fun? Or how am I going to have fun anymore?
Wow. Reddit's an interesting thing, too.
Reddit is a nice place.
Oh, really? You're a Reddit fan?
No, but I just go on there for dark jokes, and they're really funny.
Dark jokes are hilarious.
Well, the thing about Reddit is you can post wherever the hell you want, so
yeah,
that's the good thing about it. I feel like Instagram is too sensitive.
Oh, I agree. Same with YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
YouTube is very sensitive.
I wouldn't be surprised if once we get enough viewers, if this gets demonetized.
Oh, I think it will get demonetized.
But why? It's like true conversation and freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm. Maybe because it's too sensitive for the under 18. Yeah, the snowflakes.
Well, when I check off the box, I say it's not for kids.
Yeah.
But still, I bet you it's going to get demonetized.
Yeah, because kids can still watch it. Even if you're under 18, it just asks you, hey, would you like to watch this video?
Then you're like,
yes.
Yeah, I want to watch SloshHours.
I mean, who doesn't want to watch SloshHours, though?
That's true. But I think people are getting too sensitive. And I think that's partly to do with social media.
I agree with that.
It all goes back to this social media and technology bullshit, dude.
I feel like we could also blame that on the libtards.
Oh, I totally agree. Fucking... Well, it's the identity politics thing.
Yeah.
And if you disagree, then you're a racist bigot who...
But then you also have Joe Biden, who is 10 times as racist as Trump.
Well, I don't know about that, but Joe Biden's at 10 times more senile than Trump. I'll agree with you on that.
Joe Biden did say, if you're having trouble deciding to vote for me or Trump, then you're not black.
Okay, here's the thing with that statement. That's saying because you belong to a certain race that you have to believe in that.
Mm-hmm.
That's super racist.
That's horrible. And I feel like he is going to lose by a landslide now because of that statement. Because a lot of the black voters are not going to vote for Trump, but because Biden said that, now they're going to vote for Trump.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, dude. I think Trump's going to win. And you know why? I think Trump's going to win because during a debate, Biden cannot fucking form a sentence.
Hillary could do it, but not Trump.
Well, Hillary's an excellent speaker.
But she just doesn't know what she's talking about. That's the thing.
Well, she is such a good speaker, and she can, like, convince people of anything. But fucking Biden, he needs to be in a hospital, dude.
Yeah, he's, like, almost 80 years old at this
And then
point.
Trump's, like, an egomaniac who's got billions of dollars. And
I mean, it works out in his favor, so I'm not complaining.
The reason he got elected is because he's such, like, a wise ass.
Yeah.
The one-liners he
I
has.
feel like a lot of the presidents we see nowadays are pretty old, though. The candidates... Trump's over 70, Bernie's over 70, Biden's over 70.
Yeah.
Hillary's like 60-something.
Yeah, it's been that way.
Obama's like 50, high
George
50s,
W.
60s. Yeah, George W. F in chat.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, but, oh, my B.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Social media, man. Social media and
It's fucked.
technology. I think
It's
we've
fucked.
covered it. I can't think of any other points.
Yeah, I don't know. We could.
We talked about dating a little bit in social media.
Mhm.
What
You know,
about...
a joke?
Okay, yeah, let's get another joke.
I think I know why women don't like abortion jokes.
Oh, gosh.
It makes them feel empty inside. You know, we could talk about abortion, but we have the same views. I already know.
Yeah,
that.
that's the thing.
But I would kind of like to address a libtarded statement that I've heard several times.
Yeah, let's hear it.
And that the way that a fetus just feeds off of the mother's, I don't know what you call it.
Fluids.
Yeah, like they're parasitic. But
Yeah,
that's kind
I've
of
heard
a
that.
that's kind of a it's a good argument, but I feel like it's also a living thing.
Well, it's dehumanizing to the fullest degree.
Yeah.
They're parasitic because they need something
They
else to live.
They require that mother so they can live.
And here's the thing I have to combat that. What about old people that need people to take care of them
Yeah.
and to feed them? It's the same shit.
Yeah, like you see Jonah working in a retirement home helping these people stay alive.
Yeah, so then
'Cause
what
they
should we do?
need-
Just kill them off?
They need the water and the food. They need Jonah to deliver that to them.
Right. Just because you're dependent on something, just like every animal is on this planet to their mothers, doesn't mean it's okay to kill it.
I agree, but like the only thing I can see is like rape, maybe. But I feel like a lot of accusations are very false.
That's a heated topic, and
You can go either way.
so here's the arguments you can have on that. If you think the fetus is a human life, then you should pretty much never kill it, unless you're okay with just like killing humans for the
which
gain
is
of
messed up.
right. Or you can argue that it's not a human life, and then it doesn't matter. Then it's just cells.
Yeah.
Then you can just get rid of it.
I feel like maybe you can argue that it's a clump of cells for like the first trimester of the pregnancy, and then like second and third maybe.
Well, see, that's the argument.
a
Is
heated
where do you
topic.
draw the line?
I feel like at the end of first semester is probably the good
Do
line to
you
draw.
do you draw the line at the heartbeat,
Yeah,
or do you draw it at
that's a good point.
conception, or where do you draw it?
I
Because
think
then
a heartbeat, because that knows that makes you know that that's a living being as soon as you hear that heartbeat.
well, heartbeats are not. I'm gonna look it up so I can get this right on air. But heartbeats are not long after.
Oh yeah.
Wait, I'm looking it up. So, and now they're trying to push late term abortion and actually post birth abortion.
All right, that's just messed
They're
up.
trying to make that shit legal, dude.
But another thing is about the rape statement.
Yeah.
Like if maybe you don't abort the baby, but you just put it into adoption or
Right,
foster
and that's the
home.
ulterior option. I think rape is so fucked.
Yeah.
And the girl is going through so much shit, and because she's pregnant too, that adds a whole nother layer. And imagine having to give birth to the fucker that raped you's kid.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you think
could
it's
just-
a human life, you shouldn't kill it.
Yeah.
That's
That's
why
the
it's so
thing.
fucked.
You can put it in a foster home, and there's plenty of people that you see plenty of kids get
Oh, yeah.
adopted.
In America, there's...
Yeah, especially in our area, we see a lot of adopted kids.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so it's a really difficult issue. And
it's a pretty heated topic.
And here's one argument I saw that I was actually conversing with a liberal who was talking to me about this, and she said, because you're not a woman, you can't have an opinion on this issue.
I disagree with that because the man made the woman be in that situation.
Yeah, that thing fell off.
Yeah, I see. I don't know where it went.
No, it's fine. Just don't worry about it.
I'll just keep going with it.
Yeah, no, I think just because you're not a woman doesn't mean you can have a stance on the issue. Mm-hmm. That's like saying because you're not a Jew, you can't say the Holocaust was bad.
Yeah, that's facts.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. That's just a
you can
bad
also
argument.
draw the same thing back to the black voters for Biden kind of thing. It's not
Yeah,
really
it's
directly
identity
related,
politics.
but you can see what I mean about that.
The left is pushing identity politics, and I think it's ironic because they're like supposedly battling racism and everything, but at the same time they're saying if you're black you can't vote for Trump.
Yeah, which is, a little far-fetched if you ask me.
Well, it's fucking racist.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I don't
You
fucking
shouldn't
know.
be saying anything like that. We have freedom of speech laws here, but there's some things you just shouldn't say.
Well, if you're running for president, you shouldn't fucking say it. But then there's Trump who just says whatever the fuck he wants.
And he gets elected. And he will get reelected for another 4 years.
I think
Sorry,
he will.
libtards.
I think someone might try and shoot him or something, dude.
Yeah, I could see that because the libtards would get so mad.
I think the country's going to split up here soon.
I don't think soon, but I think in the near future.
Well, think about it. If Biden gets elected, then, I could totally see fucking Texas seceding or some shit.
Yeah, I could see that.
And then
All
Trump
the red
gets,
states.
Yeah, if Trump gets reelected, the libtards are going to fucking lose it. They tried so hard to impeach his ass, and they failed.
Yeah, that's true.
And if he's going to get in for 4 more years, dude.
Yeah.
The problem is they're convincing the populace that Trump is a Nazi.
Except Trump is one of the best presidents we've had in the last 100 years, but the libtards don't realize that.
Well, okay, so I don't like Trump as a person. You know, he's like an egomaniac kind of like asshole, but...
Well, yeah, but as he's running the country,
right.
The man knows exactly what the fuck he's doing.
Well, I think part of that comes with experience from running the Trump enterprise. Because he's been running $1 billion business for
30 years, 40 years.
Fucking since he was a kid, he was on the job site with his dad. And that's another thing, too, is Biden can't fucking run the country. You know how hard of a job it is to be a president?
Yes.
If you can't talk, how are you going to run the country?
Yes. And before I hear libtards saying the coronavirus thing and how he didn't prepare for it, that is just
bullshit.
completely retarded, because if Hillary was in that situation, she 100% would not have done anything about it.
Well,
and how is a president supposed to expect a global pandemic in his first term?
Well,
you can't blame anything on him.
Pelosi was walking around in Chinatown without a mask. Dude, you just knocked it off again.
Dude, I'm retarded.
No, you're good, you're good.
I don't know how that's possible.
I don't know, it's pretty, yeah, there you go. Pelosi was walking around Chinatown without a mask when it first came out, saying, oh, the coronavirus is going to be nothing, it's going to be nothing. And then that totally backfired.
It's kind of just like a mutated flu.
It is, and it was created in a lab in Wuhan.
Well, we don't know that for sure yet.
I am,
but I believe
sure.
that at first. But I don't know. I really don't know.
Dude, there's a lab like a block away from the food market that works on bat-related coronaviruses.
That's great.
That's some damn coincidence.
I mean, it kind of is. Chinese people eat bats. That's kind of messed up. Well, not messed up, but
culturally different.
Yes, we'll call it that, because
for us it's super weird, but for them it's fucking normal.
Brand new thing for us, but not for them.
Right. There's just cultural difference. How did we get onto that? What the hell was the transition to that?
Pelosi saying that Rona was going to be nothing, but now it's a global pandemic.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm interested to see what the future is with this this virus. I think we just got to start opening shit back up.
6 months, it's all going to be over with.
Yeah,
I feel like
I agree, actually.
We're going to develop a vaccine at some point in 2020 or early 2021.
Well, there's a vaccine, and I don't know, man. People are just fucking sick of quarantine.
I'm not going to trust the vaccine until like a couple million people have used it. and maybe it's proven to be working.
Well, I read, and this could be total bullshit because I don't really trust the news at all nowadays, but what I read said they're testing vaccines, but they don't have a control group because not enough people are getting it.
Yeah, it's just false.
Well, I think if not enough people are getting it for a control group, then what's the big fucking deal?
Yeah, I
then
agree
we don't
with that.
even need
We don't
this
need the
shit.
vaccine.
Right.
But I also feel like our group, like, 5-year-olds to 25-year-olds, we don't need to be involved in this at all.
Oh, yeah.
We shouldn't be locked up because we're not going to be doing anything.
Well, I guess the idea is if you come in contact with someone elderly or 500 pounds.
But I feel like that's why the elderly should be stuck in quarantine.
Yeah.
Like not to be like putting down on them or anything, but what are they going to be doing,
Well, yeah.
They just like to read the news and watch TV and stuff.
Yeah, maybe golf every once in a while.
Yeah. Or maybe just get the rope stuck out of the propeller.
Oh, that's facts. We got to do that again, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're actually at 30 minutes now, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That flew by.
It's a solid podcast.
It actually was.
And it's going to keep going.
Is it going to keep going?
I don't know. We kind of just stopped in the middle of the topic there.
Well, yeah, because we somehow transitioned from social
Trump
media
to like politics and then to Rona.
To Rona, which kind of entangles in politics.
Yes.
And then we went to abortion for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because you did a joke.
Yeah, we did. I just
That's
joke
what
about
led
abortions.
into it all. Okay. Well, it's 30 minutes now, but we can keep going. We can
keep
jump on a
going.
different topic if you want.
Yeah, I'm down with that. What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking. Oh, we started out with school. I totally forgot we talked about school. Anyways.
Yeah.
I think we should talk about something very relevant.
Such as? Or maybe we could just
What do you think about?
stop to think and get a joke really quick.
Yeah,
maybe.
just get a joke and I'll think over here.
Well, let's get a really good one.
It can't be too insane.
Okay. What's the difference between a Jew and an element?
Oh my god.
An element can get out of its gas state.
Well, Curtis has a Jewish girlfriend, so it's fine.
Yeah, I know. She approves of all these jokes because everybody knows that it's a joke. We're not being serious.
It's a joke. Nobody should freak out.
Because we just use history to make fun of somebody, but it's not being actually serious because nowadays no one gets gas chambered.
Well, that we know of.
Yeah, that we know of, but not a mass population of one specific group.
Mass genocide.
Yes. So what was that topic that you wanted to discuss about?
Well, we could either talk about piggybacking off of the being insulted. We could do about the lack of people finding comedy funny nowadays and just getting triggered.
Yeah, it kind of goes along with libtards, though, I feel like.
Yeah, and then I had another topic, but I just forgot it when you were talking. Oh, no, this was it. What do you think about, have you been following the MLB at all?
A little bit.
So, what do you think the season should be? Because they're talking about starting up the season here.
I feel like maybe they just do like a half a season.
Well, that's what they're talking about doing. But then what do they get paid, and can people fucking go to the games?
Maybe you could have like a specific group go to the games, like maybe a fourth of the stadium is allowed to go.
Yeah, and then you sit like a seat apart.
Yeah, you give like 3 seats apart because it's only a fourth of the stadium, so you give 3 seats in between each person unless you're a party. It's like you have 4 guys, you all sit next to each other, and then you have 3 seats.
Oh, I kind of like that, dude.
That's a good. I think that's a good idea.
So you can sit next to the people with you.
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of like that.
Yeah,
and then
I think
the season, how many games?
I don't know. I feel like they don't have time unless they do double headers.
Well, they're talking about extending the season super long.
Yeah, they could just like kind of go into the off season.
I think sports seasons are way too long as it is, dude.
I don't know. I think
every sport's way too long as it is.
I think football's good though because they only play once a week.
Yeah, but for how many weeks?
17.
17.
But I think that's a good thing because everybody likes to watch football.
That's true.
I always look forward to Sundays because watching football is a good highlight of the day.
Look forward to the Colts losing.
Yeah, the Colts do lose not very much anymore, actually. They'll be pretty good next year.
They'd be better with luck.
Yeah, I guess, but he'd probably be injured again, so it doesn't matter.
No, dude, I miss baseball, though.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because baseball is my sport, and
Baseball's kind of a thing that you just turn on the TV. There's always a baseball
Yeah,
game on.
and it doesn't even fucking matter who's playing.
Mm-hmm.
And you just get to know.
Because it's just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
There's not like one special player that you're going to see, like maybe Mike Trout. But it's not like you're going to see a highlight play every single play. Like in football, you can see a highlight play almost every single play.
Well, and the thing about baseball, too, is there's not really, I guess there's some exceptions, but there's not like one team that's just ridiculously stacked.
Well, the Dodgers now.
Well, yeah, that's
ridiculous. But, you know.
Still, they can get beat by supposedly like the worst team in the league. That's why I like baseball. Because it doesn't matter who you're playing or who's against who. Anybody can win the game.
One of those factors is just the starting pitcher.
Oh, there's so many factors, dude. It's the pitcher.
It's just the home team. Whoever's the home team and the starting pitcher, I feel like are the two biggest factors in deciding a baseball game.
I would say catcher's more important than the pitcher.
Well, it kind of depends on how you look at it.
Yeah, I guess it depends on a lot of things, but
because you have the same catcher every time, but the pitcher, you know. You could have, like, your shitty-ass starting pitcher 5 coming in, and then you have your ace, and you're probably going to win the game with the ace.
Well,
unless it's a bad game.
Yeah, but if you have the ace and some scrub catcher, and then, like, a decent pitcher...
But I feel like every team has, like, some sort of a decent catcher nowadays.
Well, yeah, at the MLB level, everybody's just... the bad catchers in the MLB...
There's so many good catchers around now.
Yeah.
At least good defensive catchers.
Defensive, yeah, that's true. Who do you think the best offensive? Posey?
No, he's not.
No,
he's better on defense. Offense?
Offensive catcher.
It's kind of rare now.
Piazza.
Yeah, Mike Piazza's pretty good.
That was
hits for some power.
That was back in the day.
Yes, he's not playing anymore.
I
kind of wish he did.
You're a Cubs fan.
Yeah.
Do you know how they're gonna be?
I mean, they didn't have any major trades or signings this year, so they'll probably just be around the same. I feel like they'll either win the division or get second and be a wild card.
Second to
the Cardinals.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
It's just going to be one of those two because every other team does not have a chance.
Yeah, that's true.
The Brewers, maybe, just because they have Yelich, and he is a beast.
Well, the Central is usually super competitive.
Mm-hmm. But now it's the Pirates are going to be at the bottom every single year for at least the next 3 or 4 years.
Well, the Pirates made some dumb trades, dude.
The Reds might be not terrible, though. They grabbed, like, Moustakas, I think.
Well, Moustakas was a tank on the, 2016
Royals?
Mm-hmm. That was such a good team, dude.
Mm-hmm. Ventura.
I loved watching that team.
Fucking Perez.
All those guys. Oh, how about this? I got something. We're at 37 minutes, but I want to get your opinion briefly on this. Astros cheating.
That's a very interesting topic.
Yes, it is.
You know, I don't really know what to say about it because there's only one side to it. It's just they cheated and that's about it.
But what about the punishment? What do you think?
I feel like the punishment shouldn't be that they take away the World Series in 2017, but that they just maybe get like a couple suspension games to let everybody know what they did and now it was wrong.
Well, I think...
And maybe like a huge fine.
I think...
Maybe like fine the franchise like $10 million.
Well, yeah, but even for them, that's like fucking nothing.
Mm-hmm. But still, $10 million is a lot, and you're going to learn from losing $10 million.
Yeah, you'd hope, man. I think if they're going to allow like these players to play and possibly be Hall of Fame contenders, they should let Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but yes, I agree.
Dude, Pete Rose, he bet on his own team in a game, and because he bet, he's not allowed in the Hall of Fame.
That's so
but it was on his own fucking team. It wasn't even on
facts.
the other team.
Because it's not like he knows that they're going to win that game or not.
Yeah, and it's not like he was throwing the game.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to win.
Because they won.
Right.
Did they win the game? I don't know.
Dude, I don't even know.
Another thing about that cheating scandal is that, you know, I guarantee it, 80% of MLB teams steal signs, but not using technology.
Well, it's part of the game.
It's just far-fetched that they use the technology and stuff.
Yeah, they had a whole system.
You can't get mad at them for stealing signs. The only thing you can get mad at them about is the technology part of it.
Well, yeah, and even in high school baseball, you try and steal the other team's signs.
Yeah, in rec league, you try to
rec league's hilarious.
Look at the coach and see if he's doing,
scratching his balls or something.
Shit.
Yeah,
and he's like, oh, he's stealing. Pick him off or something.
But it was to the extent that they did with the cameras and then the trash.
That's the problem with it.
I don't know, man. I just want to see some baseball. That's the
Yeah, I
gist.
agree.
I want to go.
I feel like maybe do some no fans right now. I'd be down for that just to watch
just
something.
to see it. Well, the Japanese league's still been going.
the Korean.
I've been
league or
watching it.
I haven't
There's
watched
nothing
any of
else
it.
on.
Yeah, I agree.
They're so bad. All right,
You
and
can't
with
really
that,
expect much.
with that, we'll end it. So, thank you for coming on, Curtis.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a good podcast, and